Welcome to the Blueprint Investigation. Today, we're reconstructing the specific Mercury vortex engine that supposedly powered the Vimanas of ancient India. Before we get into the blueprints, let me know in the comments, do you think the descriptions of advanced ancient technology are based on physical reality, or are they purely symbolic? Standard translations of Vedic texts like the Mahabharata usually frame Vimanas as celestial chariots. They are often described as vessels that roar into the sky, powered by winged lightning, carrying observers toward the stars. But as we look closer at these accounts, a technical contradiction emerges. A Bronze Age writer might naturally imagine a magical flying carpet, but the texts describe heavy, multi-level metallic aircraft that hover with mechanical precision over ancient stone cities. If we treat these Sanskrit accounts as engineering documents rather than religious metaphors, we are faced with a technical history that does not align with the traditional timeline of human development. The primary subject of this investigation is the Vaimanika Shastra. It doesn't read like a book of prayer. It reads like a technical manual for an aerospace hangar. This animated diagram illustrates the metallurgical requirements for the craft's outer hull. The text mandates 16 specialized heat-absorbing metals. It details a specific process for taking root metals like somaka and saundalika and merging them into highly dense alloy panels. To create these materials, the document describes an exacting forging process. It requires placing the raw metals into specific crucibles and running them through high-temperature furnaces to ensure the alloys fuse correctly. The text provides a clear reason for this complexity. The hull had to be capable of withstanding the aerodynamic stress and the intense heat friction generated during atmospheric flight. The fact that these authors were addressing specific problems like thermal resistance and material stress suggests they were thinking in terms of aerospace engineering, not fantasy. Moving from the hull to the interior, the Vaimanika Shastra identifies 32 distinct operational secrets required to pilot these craft. Among these is a stealth mechanism called Gudha. By manipulating light refraction, the system allegedly rendered the ship invisible, allowing it to evade the types of surveillance we associate with modern radar. For offensive capability, the text describes the Marika. This apparatus fired concentrated, fiery beams at enemy targets, functioning in a manner similar to modern directed energy weapons. This schematic demonstrates the described countermeasure, the pendulum mirror. It functioned as a visual shield designed to protect the pilots from being blinded by enemy beam arrays, deflecting the incoming energy away from the central cockpit. Pilot eye protection against laser-like weaponry is a modern military requirement. Seeing this exact tactical consideration in an ancient manuscript is a significant historical anomaly. If you want to explore more of these ancient technical mysteries, click the link in the description to start a free trial with our sponsor, Audible. The ancient epics claim the weapons used in these aerial wars were so destructive they could collapse civilizations, leaving behind only the remnants of a localized Stone Age. These technical descriptions were taken seriously in the 20th century. Several global powers launched covert expeditions into Tibet and India, attempting to recover any physical evidence of this ancient strategic technology. Consider the engineering requirements. If an ancient craft possessed heavy armor, stealth systems, and energy weapons, how was it actually lifted into the sky? A basic combustion engine doesn't have the power-to-weight ratio to support a craft with this kind of payload. This implies the authors of the Vaimanika Shastra were working from a blueprint that relied on a non-traditional method of propulsion. Hit the like button if you're enjoying the investigation so far, because we're finally opening up the engine core. Deep inside the ship, the text describes a mechanical core driven by a pulsing neon blue fluid, liquid mercury. This animated diagram shows the core, an iron heater beneath a sealed mercury boiler. Heating the mercury creates an expanding gas, generating a violent vortex inside the chamber. This plasma vortex creates intense rotational thrust, allowing the heavy vessel to ascend vertically. Modern space agencies are only now experimenting with ion engines and liquid metal plasma, the same concepts that appear in these Sanskrit archives. While the physical craft are gone, the Samarangana Sutradhara claims that the architectural design of ancient Indian temples was directly influenced by the conical shape of these flying machines. The existence of these technical details, from thermal alloys to plasma propulsion, presents a difficult question. Why do these concepts appear thousands of years before the industrial tools required to build them? We are left with two possibilities. Either these texts represent the incredibly prescient science fiction of an ancient author, or they are the literal forensic blueprints of a technical civilization we have yet to uncover in the archaeological record. Regardless of the answer, the evidence suggests a profound gap in the recorded history of human innovation. To see where this investigation leads next, make sure you're subscribed. Tomorrow, we're looking at a billion-dollar sealed door that modern science is afraid to open. See you then.